In a village nestled among ancient baobab trees, where the earth was the color of sunset, a wise father shared a crucial warning with his son. The air was warm, filled with the scent of wood smoke and the gentle rhythm of daily life. He placed a hand on his son's shoulder, his voice low and serious. "My son, the forest that borders our home holds many secrets. Do not enter it alone. Danger waits in the shadows for those who are unwary." The boy, whose name was Kalo, listened, but his eyes were already distant, drawn to the deep, mysterious green of the forbidden woods. His heart was a drum beating with a rhythm of curiosity, a tune that clashed with his father's cautious words. He saw the forest not as a place of peril, but as a grand adventure waiting just for him. He thought, "What danger could there be that I cannot outsmart or outrun?" He believed he was clever, that he was different, and that his father's rules were old stories meant for younger children, not for a boy as brave as he. The pull of the unknown was relentless. So one afternoon, when the sun was high and the village was quiet in its midday slumber, Kalo made his choice. He cast a quick glance over his shoulder, saw his father busy mending a net, and with a heart both thumping with fear and soaring with excitement, he slipped away. He moved like a whisper through the edge of the village, his bare feet silent on the dusty path, until he crossed the invisible line into the forest. The moment he stepped under the canopy of trees, the world changed. The familiar warmth of the sun was replaced by a cool, dappled light. The sounds of the village faded, replaced by an unfamiliar orchestra of the wild. Leaves rustled with no wind, twigs snapped in the distance, and strange melodic calls echoed from unseen birds. At first, it was thrilling. Kalo felt like a great explorer, discovering a new world all his own. He followed a winding path, marveling at the giant ferns and the vibrant colors of exotic flowers he had only heard about in stories. But as he ventured deeper, a subtle shift occurred. The playful shadows began to lengthen and twist into unsettling shapes. The sweet songs of birds were replaced by eerie silence, broken only by a sudden, sharp cry that made him jump. The trees seemed to close in around him, their branches like gnarled fingers reaching down. He saw pairs of bright, watchful eyes peering from the darkness of a hollow log, and they were not friendly. A slithering sound nearby sent a shiver down his spine. The forest was no longer a playground. It was a labyrinth, and he was lost. Panic, cold and sharp, gripped his heart. Every rustle was a predator, every shadow a monster from the elders' scariest tales. The thrill of adventure had curdled into pure, undiluted fear. He was small, alone, and utterly powerless. It was in that moment of terror that his father's words echoed in his mind, not as a restriction, but as a lifeline. Danger waits. He finally understood. His father's warning wasn't a cage to keep him in, but a shield to keep him safe. It came from a place of love and deep wisdom, knowledge passed down through generations. With tears of regret and fear streaming down his face, Kalo turned and ran. He didn't know which way was home, but he ran with all his might, his only thought to escape the menacing woods. Just as his hope began to fade, he saw a familiar figure standing at the edge of the trees, a lantern held high. It was his father. He hadn't been angry but worried, and had come searching for him. Kalo ran into his father's arms, sobbing with relief. His father held him close, not with anger, but with a quiet, understanding strength. He didn't say, "I told you so." He simply said, "Let's go home." As they walked back to the warm, comforting lights of the village, Kalo felt a profound change within him. He had learned a lesson that no story could have taught him. He understood that curiosity is a wonderful gift, but true wisdom lies in respecting the guidance of those who love us and have walked the path before. From that day forward, Kalo listened, not just with his ears, but with his heart, forever grateful for the lesson the forest had taught him. If you were moved by this story, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to African Tales Hub. We have many more stories from the heart of Africa to share with you. Thank you for watching.